Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how much it actually costs to rank on Amazon and how much does it cost to stay there. There's a big difference in just getting to page one but then actually staying there. So that's what we're going to be covering today. That sounds like something you'd be interested in watching. Be sure to stick around till the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. Helps me out a ton. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So one of the main things I like to keep in mind when I'm looking through, I'm doing product research and I'm trying to pick my next product is how much is it going to cost to rank this product? A lot of people think about how much is it going to cost just to source the product, an embroidery kit for kids, sure. And then I like to think about how much is it going to cost for the product? Yes, that's fine, but how much is it going to cost for me to get onto page one and stay there? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We've just opened up one idea. I thought it'd be fun to just open up a couple of ideas and look at kind of estimates of how much I think it would cost to rank for different products. Floor lampshade replacement bowl for crystal stones. Let's check that out. And then walnut wood lumber. Amazon really does sell everything, or at least people think they do. People are looking for just wholesale lumber and everything. Fake books for decor, sure. So when I'm looking at these three different markets, there's going to be a wildly different cost, or at least we think, to rank for each one of them. They might be rather similar because I'm using kind of similar criteria. But the first thing that you're going to want to look for to figure out whether something's going to be expensive to rank for or not is just quickly, are all the sponsored positions filled? So are there 4 sponsored listings at the top? If there's only 1 or 2 on any given day, there should be 4 on a page that's full desktop like this. So that'll let you know how competitive the PPC is. That's just like a very basic level, right? That's not like super scientific, and it's definitely not really a piece of criteria that you should be basing your whole decision off of, but it's something I like to look at. And then what are the top 4 to top 8 competitors looking like as far as reviews and as far as age of listing goes? It's going to give you a really good idea of, has someone, a competitor that is, recently got ranked for this product and stuck at the top. If someone in these positions had, like, the 51 review thing is really good because we can look through here and I mean you can get 51 reviews in 60 days. So all time 249. That one's signed out. Let's go here. So they started selling in the spring of this year. So who knows how long it took them to get to this position, but judging on their sales rank, if that's all Amazon was going off of, they had a 26,000 sales rank just, a month into selling it. So they might have been there for a while, in which case that would be totally fine. And they probably stayed there successfully. But anyway, when I'm talking about how much it's going to cost to get somewhere, that's totally going to depend on your market. So today we're not going to be able to give you a definitive, like, okay, it's $6,000 to sell this product and $1,000 for this one. But I will be able to give you a range, okay? So when you're looking into selling something, if we were going to sell something that was really, really popular and had a ton of customers and a ton of competitors, we can just go ahead and say that, like, something like this is going to cost tens and tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars to successfully start a new brand in an area like this. Whereas if we go into a really small market like embroidery kit or fake books for decor or something like that, we're going to be able to probably launch this for just a few $1,000s. So generally what I'll do in the beginning, even though I'm not, like, it doesn't feel like I'm spending this much, it doesn't feel like I'm spending that much because it comes out of my Amazon balance. So if I spend $2,000 and then broke even, it was almost like I never really spent $2,000 or maybe even lost 500 or 600 of that trying to get ranked. It doesn't, like, the sales that come into the account make up for it, if that makes sense. But keep in mind that you're prolonging the amount of time it takes to get paid when you're taking it out of your Amazon balance. So there's a little bit of an advantage and disadvantage there. In general, look at your market and look at the size of the market and how large the competitors are that are holding down the top of the page. The more competitors are and the higher amount of reviews those competitors have, the more amount of sales they have, the more they're going to be willing to cling on to those ads and take over that space for longer and make it really difficult for you to get position there if you only have like $400 to spend on ads. If you have like a couple $100s to spend on ads to get ranked, you need to go real micro, go real small, real niche, like 1 or 2 competitors in a place that only makes $2,000 in sales, and then that might work for you. I'm just being realistic here. So if we take a look at one of the other ones, that's the one we pulled up, fake books for decor. We look into this. Okay, well, we see that one of the sponsored positions up top is being used. So maybe what's happening is a lot of these competitors are getting ranked and then really reducing their budget. So maybe they're going out of budget by noon or something, or they just don't really care to run a ton of ads because maybe they only have 10 search terms or 50 search terms, and they're already ranked really well for all of those. When we go through here, one thing I notice in a market like this is even by the second row, we have no reviews, 15 reviews, 90 reviews, and 150 reviews, rather low, and then 6 and 15. We come down more, 640, 39, none. So there's a lot of sellers on this page that don't have a ton of reviews. And as I get down closer to the bottom, we're actually seeing irrelevant results. So we have vases and shelves and incredibly irrelevant things showing up. So that's actually a good thing. When I see that, I immediately know it's going to cost less to rank for a market like this because A, you don't have a ton of people bidding for it, and then B, the people who do bid for it once they get to the top don't have to continually fight with other sellers to stay there, so they most likely reduce their ad spend, and they're no longer as competitive with the advertising. I see this all the time in markets because, like, you guys know if you've been watching me for any extended period of time, or even if you're new here, you're about to learn. You're about to learn. I go into really small markets, like markets that maybe max out at like 5 to 8K per month in revenue and like only 30% profit margin on something like that, just $2,000 a month profit here, and then stack that up 20, 30 times, or goal is to get that stacked like 100 times with 100 different products. But go into these really small markets and then take them over because you're not competing so much to get ranked, so you can allocate more of that capital that you would have put into just one idea into like 7 or 8 ideas. Then you get a really good feel of different markets and which ones you might want to drill down on and scale into. And then you also don't have to fight so much to maintain it. Like once I get ranked, I'll reduce my ad spend down to like $15 a day. It's basically just for scouting purposes and just to show up to get a little bit more sales and things that I maybe want to get ranked for a little better. For the most part, I'm going to go aggressive. I say aggressive, but it's actually kind of conservative compared to other PPC philosophies. In like the first 3 weeks, I get ranked for the #1 position. Then I use a really high quality branding in photography plus a competitive price to stay ranked at the top. So what I want you to take out of this video is that depending on what you're trying to get ranked for, the cost to get ranked for it is going to go up or down. Really small market, easier to get ranked for it, less cost associated, and then less cost to stay there. Bigger market, obviously more cost goes into trying to get ranked for it. But what a lot of people don't think of is like, oh, once I get ranked, it's going to be money, it's going to be perfect. But no, you kind of have to fight to stay there. And for me, that just kind of makes me anxious. Like I hate like having to like brute force, spend ads and like put a ton of money into something to stay ranked for it. I just want to like get to the top and then let the fact that there's not 600 options for it drive most of the customers to me since I'm the current bestseller. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Be sure to comment down below if you have any questions. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Later.